Hello and welcome to another Auto Elements review. Today we've got the fresh-faced Opel Mokka. What a stunner! And it's a bit of a mixed bag. You'll find out why in a bit. Stay tuned. Opel is now part of the Stellantis group amongst other car brands including Peugeot, Alfa Romeo, Dodge, Jeep, Chrysler, etc. Being part of this group has some benefits for Opel as the car brands get to share tried and trusted platforms and engines, and that's the case with this new Opel Mokka. The previous gen suffered mostly on the looks department to say the least, and it did not manage to capture a good portion of the compact SUV and crossover markets, especially here in South Africa. With that realization, Opel, or Vauxhall as it is known in other markets, went back to the drawing board and penned down a whole new design also seen on the new Opel Astra. This really looks great. The front has a new visor face which looks like a single piece of glass stretching from edge to edge. The clear glass material covers some Easter egg detailing behind it, and that's a really nice touch. The full LED matrix headlights look really great. Even the daytime running lights are great and high definition, giving them a clear and crisp glow even under the sunniest days. Below the headlights are some real air vents which channel the air around the wheels and down the sides of the body for aerodynamics. For cooling, the grille is split into two sections positioned in the middle and at the bottom, and that too has some unique details with the tiny LED fog lights to the sides. Kudos to the designers. As you can tell by now, the designers paid much attention to detail, and it's evident all over the car. On the sides there's a contrasting black plastic cladding with a body colored insert. The lower part of the front and rear bumpers also has some glossy black touches as well, and it really stands out in this dramatic green paint job. The 17-inch glossy black wheels add a nice finishing touch to it, and they fit nicely to the car's profile. The contrasting black roof also adds a bit of style as well. At the rear, the ultra-slim LED taillights look just as great with a uniform glow. The indicator and brake lights are LED as well. Although I feel they are a bit tiny, they are visible when in use nonetheless. We've got twin exhaust pipes to the side, and in the center, you'll find the rear fog light. The exterior of this car is really pleasant to look at. It definitely stands out amongst other competitors like the boxy and plain VW T-Cross. Now, let's see the interior. This is where it gets a bit tricky and interesting too. The driver and passenger seats are quite comfy, and I can do long distance trips without any issues. The seats are heated and have a massage function. Like really, a massage function. That's very rare in this segment. The steering wheel is heated too. Now we're actually talking premium features here. The seats are covered in leather with contrasting white stitching and tiny bits of Alcantara. Oddly, why not half and half? Anyway, the seats are manually adjusted, and you might wonder why. I don't. How many times do you adjust your seat position in your car? Every time you get in, do you? No, I doubt it. For me, I'll do it once and forget it. If I'm the only driver, electric seats are not necessary. Even if I do have to make an adjustment here and there, it's quicker doing it manually than fiddling with buttons. There's a wireless charging pad in the center console, a 12-volt socket, and a single USB-A port. No USB-C here. That's forgivable though. On the center console and dash, there's quite a bit of gloss black trim. The material looks nice when new, but the truth is, when you see it in the dealer floor, that's as good as it'll ever be. It's prone to fingerprints and scratches very easily. There should have been an alternative trim choice, I think, like the carbon fiber-like stuff on the door panels and the passenger side of the dash. That'll age better, I think. For some reason, I couldn't connect Android Auto for demonstration. The center screen measures 10 inches and uses the Navi Pro multimedia system. It has Apple CarPlay and Android Auto as standard. There's a built-in navigation system as well, which uses 3D mapping that can be viewed on the driver's screen when driving. The system looks alright though, nothing too fancy, nothing too shabby. It has a bit of lag, but only if you notice, and it may take a day or two to get used to, depending on which brand you come from. But that's not a deal breaker. I'm sure it works very fine on every other car. The sound system, however, is very impressive, with clear audio pumping through without any distortion. Even at high volume, the bass isn't too restricted. No complaints here. The gear selector has a tiny knob similar to what you'll find in the latest German cars like Porsche, Audi and VW, and there are buttons to select parking brake and manual gear shifting. Next to that is the mode selector for driving modes. Eco, Normal and Sport are your choices, and there are some pedal shifters on the steering wheel to play with. 8 gears are at your disposal, you can have fun with it. Above the mode selector are physical buttons for driving assistance systems to turn them off or on. There are 2 cup holders in the middle, but they are not covered, and a somewhat decently sized storage bin under the armrest. The steering wheel has buttons for cruise control and media controls, nothing out of the ordinary. Worth pointing out though is the improved design of the steering wheel. Previous Opel cars had the worst looking steering wheels, but this one I like, plus it's heated, not necessary but a welcome feature. The door card design at the front is really nice with soft touch materials, stitched leatherette and carbon fiber mokka-e. Now the issue with the Opel Mokka is at the rear, no attention to detail here. The seats are also covered in leather with the same beads of Alcantara, and you've got electric windows, but the space is a bit cramped, knee and foot room in particular. I'm not tall at all, but being a passenger at the back would be uncomfortable and claustrophobic. The dark headlining is a nice touch of sportiness, but it makes the cabin feel a bit tight. It doesn't help that the rear windows are small and that there aren't any windows on the C-pillar for extra light as well. A large sunroof, some light-colored upholstery or ambient lighting in the cabin would have helped lighten it up, but those things aren't available as an option, and thus a missed opportunity. Also, there are no vents at the rear, just 2 USB-A ports. That's it. Well, the rear door cards didn't get much attention either, just plain doors. The rear seat split is 60-40, but they don't leave you with a flat surface to slide things in should you have to carry anything heavy. The boot capacity is only 310 liters, and for a car of this class or size, it's a bit small. For comparison, the 2022 Renault Clio has 391 liters of boot space, and the Chery Tiggo 4 Pro is about 340 liters. Much bigger than this car. You've got hooks on either side for your groceries and a tiny biscuit spare wheel underneath the boot floor and an LED boot light. As you can tell by now, this car has some compromises, but it doesn't mean it's not worth your consideration. The Mokka will still give you bang for your buck if you ignore the cramped space, dark interior and smaller than average boot space. This would be a perfect car for single or young professionals who don't travel a lot or with much luggage. It's a great everyday car with great driving dynamics, plus it definitely stands out on the road. It's packed with safety features like all-round parking sensors, a rear view camera, blind spot detection, speed sign recognition, adaptive cruise control, forward collision avoidance, active lane keep assist, driver attention alert, to name just a few. All of that is standard. I'll link the specification list in the description below. Before buying a car, the price is most likely the first thing you'd want to know, so here it is. The Opel Mokka comes in 2 models, the Elegance and the GS line. The Elegance starts from 469,900 rands. The GS line is our review model. It starts from 519,900 rand. Both models come with a 4-year 60,000 service plan and a 3-year 120,000 kilometer warranty. There are plenty of options, but I'll name just 2 for comparison. The recently launched VW Taigo is going to give the competition a headache. It starts from 429,900 rand for the Life model, all the way to 486,000 rand for the R-Line model before options. Chery's Tiggo 7 Pro is also fairly recent and turning the market on its head. It starts from 409,000 rand, 20,000 cheaper than the Taigo, and that's for the distinctive model, and goes all the way up to 444,900 rand for the fully spec'd executive model. If you love the Mokka's fashion-forward design, want a unique set of wheels, can live with the compromises, and your budget can stretch all the way to 520,000 rand, the Opel Mokka is a considerable choice. It's a fairly decent package, and the premium features it comes with aren't gimmicks. You'd pay a premium to have them on a BMW for instance, and they are standard here. But also, it's very difficult to ignore the competition, with the current economic climate forcing people to look for value in everything they spend their hard-earned money on. The new Mokka might have arrived a little too late to appeal to the mass market, as good as it is. Well, there you have it. Thank you for watching and see you in the next one.